On today's very special episode of Marketing Machines and Mischief, the line between traditional TV and digital buying is getting blurrier than ever. Digital out-of-home advertising keeps delivering, and why big advertisers are happy that the U.S. elections are just over. Let's go. Welcome to our big marketing show. My name is Matthew Newell.
And I'm Chris Stone, and this is the show where we bring you everything a day 1 or day 10,000 marketer needs to know to stay ahead of this fast-changing consumer landscape. You ready to preach some marketing gospel, my man?
All righty. Here are the headlines from the last week from the industry that lets semi-talented creatives like me earn an honest dollar. Today's lead headline: Comcast Advertising, a division of the big cable company, has purchased a company called Freewheel. While at first blush, it's just another acquisition. However, this direction is going to let ad agencies buy traditional TV ads programmatically, or with computers, as some people like to say it. This is basically collapsing two very big ledger columns in a lot of advertisers' spreadsheets: digital video and traditional TV like NBC, ABC, CBS. Isn't it wild how major companies like Comcast are trying to make it even easier to gobble up big advertisers' video advertising spend? Next up in the marketing news queue, old like me still think of out-of-home as the same as billboards. Well, that's not entirely wrong, boomer. Add in bus shelters, taxi tops, retail displays, and that is digital out-of-home, or DOOH. For short. Recent research shows that no other marketing channels are as effective in the last mile of purchase. For effectiveness, this is ahead of streaming video, social, and paid search. This is particularly effective if you happen to work in an industry like personal care, restaurants, and recruitment. Look into digital out-of-home. Our final headline: depending on the local or state elections in your area, you might be getting a reprieve from endless campaign ads. I think that happened to you in Georgia, Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not forget, though, that local and regional advertisers are also getting a reprieve. Some local markets were not only happy to charge twice the going rate for broadcast advertising, many stations were sold out of October and November inventory months in advance. So local car dealership sales managers can bust out their gorilla outfits for their commercials again. It's TV commercial time!
All right, Matthew, this week's Real Recognize Real goes to Amazon for doing something most brands are way too scared to try: running the same ad twice. Here's the setup. Amazon just brought back Joyride, their 2023 holiday spot where three old friends order cushions on Amazon and then sled down a snowy hill while the kids and the Beatles play. It's heartwarming, tested off the charts, and now they're running it again in 2025. And before the creative purists start clutching their moleskins, let me tell you why this is brilliant. You see, most marketers get sick of their own ads about 3 weeks after launch. They've been staring at it for months in pre-production, and by the time it hits the air, they're already bored and itching to make something new. But here's the thing. Consumers aren't bored. Most people barely noticed your ad the first time, and the ones who did, they liked it. So why kill it? Research from System 1 said Joyride was Amazon's most effective ad ever. There was also a study last year in the UK on the Christmas ads. The winners were KFC, Coke, and Cadbury. And guess what? All three reran existing campaigns. Coca-Cola's been running Holidays Are Coming since 1995. And it gets more effective every year. This is what advertising scholar Andrew Tyndall calls compound creativity. The idea that changing less actually delivers more. Your ad isn't like a souffle that collapses the second people see it twice. In fact, familiarity is the whole point. Amazon made the call to rerun Joyride, and here's the kicker. They took 20% of the budget that they would have spent on creative production and moved it to the media spend. More reach, same proven winner, zero risk. This isn't lazy. This is disciplined. And most brands are pulling their ads out of the oven way too early because they're like addicted to novelty or something. Amazon said, we've got a winner. Let's let it ride. And that's the lesson. Make fewer ads, make better ads, test the hell out of them, then run until the data, not your boredom, lets you stop. Amazon bet on a winner, Matthew, and let compound creativity do the heavy lifting.
Chris, I love this reel recognizes real for so many reasons. I cannot tell you how many times in my career I've said, the second that we start getting bored with our own ad, we need to wait another 6 months. Like when we start getting bored with it, people are out there are just starting to see it. They need to see it 8 times before it even begins to become effective. I love this, Chris. And now it's my turn for Real Recognize Real. This one's a little bit different. It's timely, it's seasonal, it's Spirit Halloween. I know that they get a lot of angling in the press and some jokes and some memes here, but this is appreciation for both the brand that they've created. They have 2 major memes that are always in circulation about, popping up out of nowhere or leaving out of nowhere. But this is about the execution of their business model. If you and I, Chris, were at Harvard Business School, no business professor would have passed the business model for Spirit Halloween.
That's right.
It makes no sense. It's kooky. You want to set up shop in a nasty closed down retail space, ship mediocre quality costumes to hundreds of locations for like 6 weeks, and then magically be gone within like 4 daylight hours on November 1st. My salute is to their operations department because they make the marketer's job so much more easy. They deliver on their brand promise. In Spirit Halloween's case, transforming empty strip malls into nightmares since 1983, when the rest of your company is delivering too. That is Real Recognize Real. Spirit Halloween.
Thank you for delivering the spirit.
All right, Chris, before we go, let's play over, under. I put out a scenario. Chris provides the over, under. These are all kind of marketing related numbers. And we try to get on the right side of the call. So this week, Chris, you may know that last week, Fortnite and The Simpsons released a collab. Yeah. Everyone went crazy about it. It looks quite amazing. So the question is, what was the peak in the first 24 hours? What was the peak concurrent streaming number? And I'll give you a little baseline. The record for streamers on Fortnite has been 14.3 million.
Wow. Concurrent viewers, 14.3 million was, I have a feeling, Matthew, you wouldn't have brought this up unless it was more than that. You wouldn't, hey, everybody, look how awesome this is. It was actually, second place. So I have a feeling it's higher. I have no clue. So I'm going to say that the over under is 17.2 million.
All right.
Concurrent.
All right. Everyone put your over under in the comments. That's where we like to see you.
And that's all for this week's Marketing Machines and Mischief, except
our final note, little lessons learned. Marketers, stop drowning everyone in unnecessary acronyms. Friggin' TPS report kind of.
Yeah, you apparently didn't put one of the new cover sheets on your TPS reports.
Think of it this way. It makes it more difficult for baby marketers. You used to be a baby marketer. They're just trying to learn the ropes, use real words, keep it simple, stupid. And Chris and I will see you next week. Thanks as always for your eyeballs and more importantly, your heart.
Bye.